Last time on Edgeworth Investigations.
There goes my only friend. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However... Hold it, don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? I keep calling him Mr. I intend to do likewise. To be continued. That was a bit longer to get to the to be continued thing than I thought it was. The way you guys had said in the comments section, you guys made it sound like I was like a second away from the to be continued thing. Could be just because I was doing it really slow. That's a possibility. But that was still quite a while, I have to say. Sometimes the sprites look so weird. Wow, so this is a cargo hold, huh? Notice how I didn't say anything for that entire last cutscene? Did I do a good job keeping quiet, Mr. Ed? No. Yes, you did a very good job. It's so big! Not a word, Von Karma. This plane is a special model. It has both super large cargo hold and an ultra luxurious first class seating. So is this the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we're here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Lower cargo hold. So they're not spinning Edgeworth around. It's so fun. Okay, anyways. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass. And Miss Scenario wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. It definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? A bunch of glass fragments? Oh, logic! Bed sheets. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the crew. It sure brings back memories of when I worked part-time as a mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Because I'm so damn evil. What is this? Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's the victim's... Wait, it's what the victim checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. What? It looks like a profile on Francisca. What, are you talking at... No, I never even said your name. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? I don't know, why would he? Edgeworth walks all around the building to find the truth. What is this? All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable. This one says pharmaceuticals. This one is for exorcism use only. So what kind of operation is this airline running? I guess we've pretty much explored everything, unless we go to the elevator just to double check things. Ooh, I just love pushing buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, detective. It can't move. Oh yeah, I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Mr. Officer. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? Okay, yeah, we already saw this. Wait, I thought we already did this. We can't get logic again, can we? No, okay, it's just gonna come up. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? You then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at the airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Oh. Was that her boyfriend? I've been following a very large, involved governmental-level international crime. Oh, okay. Nothing that personal. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So I decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. What a great organization Interpol is. Interpol is involved. It's a top-secret operation, so I can't really tell you any more than I already have. I guess she wants me to present this file on her to her. Where is it? I thought we just got it. Where is it? Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot. I can use my logic power and piece together logic. That broken glasses and glass shards go together. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lens. Ergo, the victim was here just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit too early to draw conclusions. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Profile on Francisca, Interpol. Go! Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Francisca said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actuality Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense, what are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. Suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol agent, doesn't it? I should have known you'd figure it out soon, Miles. Ugh. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? I keep calling it Interpol when it's Interpol. Interpol just sounds better to me. Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot. No, Gumshoe, god damn it, we just talked about this. Gumshoe, we just said that he was trying to investigate a smuggling ring. Sir, I didn't hear a word you said. I am so sorry. Maybe he forgot. No. Ow! Thank you, Von Karma. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisco, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue this investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him later, after we landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew, and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then... the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and... they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up... he did a drop kick to the suitcase, and he was like, damn, I'm a cool agent. The plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Investigation complete. It's still very hard to buy the, like, just spills out of the suitcase thing. Then again, I've never been in a plane, so I don't know how bad turbulence gets. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What, really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenario. Oh, he's ready to fight back. This is something weird because Edgeworth, like, honestly believes with his heart that this person is not guilty. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is that the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here, the only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenario. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? Well, no. It's literally, the other lady has the card to get into the lounge, of course. Because the other lady, Cammy, has to be able to get into the lounge because it's the flight attendant's lounge, and there's 2 beds for both of them, so they obviously both have to be able to access it. But that does not keep her from accessing the other keycard, in which she could use to enter this area and murder. Murder! I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Rebuttal. Rebuttal, whatever it's called. Let's go. So, I can't present a profile. So that's kind of a bummer, because I was thinking of presenting Cammy right away, because, yeah, she doesn't have access, but she could have lied. I don't know, I find that kind of odd that that's not taken into consideration in any way. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. Anyways, let's start pressing for information. That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Melee or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand. Much like Scruffy over there. Poor Gumshoe. I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well, then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Melee? I thought you might ask about her. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard allows... Yeah, okay. It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenario. It's highly likely. Is that the possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father. Ow! Why did you hurt me so? Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet, you are a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenario, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, Mr. I Fly Piggy Bank? Yes, she is also the key person with a key to open... She's also the only person with a key to open that display case. I'm not sure that's entirely true. I don't know, I feel like there's something wrong with that. Further, the matter of the display case... Wait, was this here before? Was she saying this before? Is this new? I still have nothing to say to her. But that is a fake... Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? The body. Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that when you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see? If the wound on the Agent Hicks' head is consistent with a murder weapon. Scruffy. Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of the Agent Hicks autopsy. Oh, you don't have to hit me. I was gonna do it. Bye. Well then, I guess we just awkwardly stand here. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Don't tell me we can't get out now. What is it, detective? We're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report, now. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating to his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to mid-back, he was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer has a grudge against Mr. Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Jesus, this character is nothing but a workhorse. Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with a murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Ow, it's not like I can perform the goddamn autopsy. Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, wait, no, you remove yourself from my way. Oh, I know who this is already. What is all that racket? My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating a cargo hold, please understand, have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he get. Hey, wait, what are you? You have left me no choice, but you use strong force. You won't get past me. This is... Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about. This is the stupidest realization ever. I love it. I absolutely love it. Whether that is the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. Is there some way for me to prove that this isn't a real murder weapon? After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Murdered. Oh, this is so silly. I love it. Cause of death. Weapon couldn't be found. Connect. Oh, it didn't work. Not exactly a shining example of a perfect line of logic. Okay, then, weapon couldn't be found smuggling? No? I thought he maybe put the weapon in the place where he was smuggling, but I guess that's wrong. I'm messing this all up. Smuggling cause of death, because he was a smuggler. It's gonna be the piggy bank and smuggling. That makes the most sense. Maybe? Nope. Not exactly a shining example of perfect line of logic. God damn it, Edgeworth. I have tried almost every single permutation there is. It's just trial and error now. Process of elimination. I mean, maybe? Oh, that's seriously the real one. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the small piggyback... Jesus. The piggyback is much too small. The piggyback. Is that a typo? The piggyback. Then the piggyback is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Okay, then. Wait, how come one of them is still here? What? That makes it even worse. They're supposed to narrow down my options, not grab more options. Oh, wait, no, this is new. Weapon couldn't be found in a sizable weapon, perhaps. So it's odd that a weapon can't be found and it's large. We're looking for a rather large weapon. You'd think it would stick out. But so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of the sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. I was just laying there like, I have all of my bones broken. Please help me, officer. He's like, I ain't an officer of justice. I'm an officer of this goddamn staircase. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca. What? I wasn't sleeping. What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sir. I love how concerned Gumshoe is, and everyone's just like, oh, whatever. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. Oh, it's just me now, is it? It's just me, Lady Sir Von Karma. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from the prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. Show evidence! This is the real murder weapon. The cell phone. Oh, it's the luggage case itself, isn't it? The real weapon is this suitcase. When you say it with such confidence, I suppose you must have some evidence. Of course. Agent Hicks was placed into this suitcase alive. And it was while he was in here that he was beaten and I wonder if you would die if you would die if I had whipped you from head to toe right now. What are you thinking, woman? Of course I would. I'm frail. I hope it's not one of those things where I actually shouldn't be presenting any evidence. I think we don't have any evidence to show. It's a wide bruise running from the victim's shoulder down to his mid-back. Should be focusing on what caused such a large bruise in one strike. Come on then, show me. I don't have any evidence. I'm sorry. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of death. Suffocation. Free fall strangulation. I don't know. Free fall? Is that what we're supposed to... It's the only one of those that makes sense. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes. This is the only possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in which this plane in which he could fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs with this very cargo hold. What? Then... We're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you! Tell me you are dead, pal. Quiet, why are you screaming? He's alive. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that a large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened? He would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. There is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there's no way to prove that it was always there. Ha, as if there could have been a window of time where that giant box was not there. Oh, the turbulence moved the box, didn't it? Ah, but there was. What? What can I use to show it's possible the box is not always where it was now? But that's not the time of death. Oh well, it's the only thing I have, so... Oh wow, I got it right. I did it good for once. You refueled in the Republic of Zhangfa. Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zhangfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhangfa. Woo! Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe Zhangfa leg of the flight. Making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death is entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. And allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. First order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Begin investigation. God, move it, people. How am I supposed to examine it? I can't jump. We already saw this. So I don't know how we're supposed to look at it. It's a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it. Alright, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Let's get investigating, sir. Oh, no. Oh, is that the thing he was transferring? Oh, I get it. He's the smuggler. The guy was investigating him. But someone else killed him? So I'm thinking, look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Why is he always holding a gun? I will take it that this very large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. So LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? Since you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. Darn. How did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have a distinct impression that he continues to madly spin in space. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that, 10 million cents, is that in euros or dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It is a very, very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Okay, then. Wait, what is that picture of? Wait, wasn't there a statue in the back of... Yeah, there's a statue. Is it that one? I noticed that, and that's an odd center part of the picture. Well, I may have a word with you, Francisca. I don't think you'll have the time for idle chatter. You still need to prove to me that your hypothetical situation is in fact real. Okay, whatever. It's logic, this. Smuggling. Valuable piece of art. Done. Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring. And it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zhengfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is a fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. You know what I said about, our clients and witnesses being very, very helpful? Well, I changed my mind. I can't read this. What does it say? It says, as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, that's... Which means that there was never a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting. Oh, the picture, though. Yes, there was. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. And you can have your wish. Look at it for yourself and see I'm right. Yep, okay. I see how this all comes together. This, I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the Alfred? Alfred, god damn it. The Alfred statue. It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. Gumshoe, I swear to God, if you touch that thing, I'm not paying for it. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. Cool. I believe a closer look is warranted here. So this is the infamous Alfred statue. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. I'll look at the organizer and compare. Red eyes. Teeth. Oh, the color of the eyes is off. That's it. Deduce. The eyes are red. The spot's somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold. Yes, it is. Present. Wow, I saw that coming for a long time. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, I'm pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I fell ill. I don't care about sunsets or your childhood. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. Thank you, Gumshoe, for being as useful as always. As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I'll allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Olive Red, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow over there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. Although I know, I'm pretty damn sexy. I'm Edgeworth, though, so I can't help it. I mean the eyes of the statue in front of us, the one in this photo. Why the sudden yelling? Now then... Oh... It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Ah! Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. Me? A fake? Oh, I guess he's not the smuggler. I guess he didn't know. I believe that even further examination will be required, now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake. There must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board during in Zhangfa. I present to you the evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. I don't know. Oh, we can go downwards. No, I don't want to do... God damn it, wrong button. No, it's not. You're just imagining it. There we go. Oh, the cloth is on... Is it because it's on top of the cloth, or... Examine. So Salfred's a fake. The art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either, sir. I'll get to the bottom of this, for his sake as well as mine. What's this? Statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth. Oh, that's it. Kinda resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. Oh ho! Look, you! What did you say now? Further, my clothing's hem is not to be stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinates. Why should I forgive trespasses? Unless... Why should I forgive if the trespasses... Okay, yeah. Deduce! No, deduce! Is the spot somehow connected to any of it? Yes, it is. Present! There's certainly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Oh, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way. You know, this all could have been resolved by, like, moving... Well, I guess it's kind of a stone floor and there wasn't any blood. But, like, yeah, I guess if he fell to the ground, you wouldn't even see anything. But, you know, moving these statues might have helped a little. Because if he fell under there, we could see maybe something, but... But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhangfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe, which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhangfa. What about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why: to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. It may be true, however, you have it backward, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved in the forging or modifying of cargo certificates. Woo, we did it!
Investigation complete!
Yeah! Oh, thank God I have I have a cravat of lifesteal. +9. God damn, it costs so much. I just love God damn it, I cannot talk today. Adding random, like, RPG elements to other games where it doesn't belong. If you guys haven't seen Pro Jared's, what is it? It's Madden 2017 review. He just recently released it. It's hilarious. Anyways. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes, well, this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir. It was in fact taken to be used as reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhangfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. The statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the trip. There would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now, we could have literally done this and saved so much time. Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Alfred statue out of the way, tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. I see, there was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot. I cannot talk well with the Francisca accent at all. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It seemed that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned up the blood really well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With the Virginian rag.
Take that!
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhangfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhangfa. There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of this murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhangfa, then this person becomes highly suspicious. Oh, what was Miss Melee's testimony? Abby Hicks was there in his seat when... Oh. Recall Miss Melee's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhangfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but... That totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? Because she has big boobs, that's why, and they're all guilty. I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Melee herself. Alright, so this ran a bit longer than I had hoped, but it's all going to be one episode, because I like stopping at nice points. So, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for your patience with this series, because I've been having a lot of audio issues, as I normally do. But it's more to do with the emulator for this game, so that does bring some problems to the table. Not that I'd ever use an emulator. I only use real DSs that I custom mod myself and paint flames onto. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, despite all of my fumbling of words. And if you want to become a member of the Dust Brigade, just hit subscribe. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Riding out.